Hi kids! Welcome back to Kulsirisart School online class. I am teacher April and I will be your science teacher for the whole semester. Okay, for today's lesson, we're going to talk about plants need. Okay? What do plants need to stay alive? Do you have any idea? Alright, we actually have 4 plants need in order for them to stay alive. These are first light, next water, next nutrients, and the last one is air. Okay, now let's first talk about light. Without light, plants will not be able to make food to stay alive. Light is so important for plant because without it, photosynthesis will not happen. Now, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants make their own food. Without sunlight, photosynthesis won't take place. Now, look at the picture. Photosynthesis happens in the leaves of the plant. Photosynthesis needs light, carbon dioxide, and water for it to take place. Okay, now, do you wonder why the leaves of the plant are color green? Do you know the reason? It's because of the pigment called chlorophyll, okay? Don't ever forget that one. The leaves of the plant are color green because of the pigment called chlorophyll, okay? Alright. Now, if you want to know more about photosynthesis, I want you to watch this video right here and tell me about it once you come back to school, okay?
Hello friends, welcome to a new happy learning video. Have you ever wondered how plants feed? To answer this question, we need to understand photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process in which plants make their own food to be able to grow and develop. In order to perform photosynthesis, they need various elements: sunlight, carbon dioxide obtained from air and water, and chlorophyll, which is a green substance that all plants have and is fundamental for performing photosynthesis, since it could not happen without it. By the way, chlorophyll is what gives all plants their green colour. But how does photosynthesis take place? Look at this plant! As you can see, its roots are anchored to the ground. And through them, the plant absorbs water and minerals in the soil. Water with minerals are transported up the stem, reaching the leaves. The leaves are full of tiny pores called stomata, which absorb carbon dioxide that the air in their surrounding contains. All this containing water, minerals, and carbon dioxide is called raw sap. Now it's chlorophyll's turn. The chlorophyll in the leaves has all the necessary ingredients for photosynthesis to take place. And when it receives sunlight, the process begins by transforming the raw sap into elaborated sap, which also circulates around the plant and works as food. All plants feed from elaborated sap, and they store it in their roots like a carrot, or in their fruit like an apple or a pear. Now we know how photosynthesis takes place, but why is it so important? Without plants, there would be no life on Earth. We wouldn't have oxygen to breathe or food to feed on. You already know that herbivores eat plants and carnivores eat herbivores. Plants are fundamental for the food chain, and they are also fundamental for our respiration. Actually, when humans breathe, we turn oxygen into carbon dioxide. quite the opposite of when plants perform photosynthesis. A curious fact you need to know is that at night, because plants don't have sunlight to photosynthesize, they breathe like humans do. They take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. Remember that. And one last thing, so you understand the importance of photosynthesis. When plants absorb dirty and contaminated gases, they transform them into pure air, into oxygen. And this way, they clean the atmosphere and all nature. Plants are the best solution to fight against contamination, don't you think? Goodbye, friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Happy Learning TV.
Did you enjoy the video? Great! Now let's talk about water. Water helps the stem firm and upright. Without water, plants will wilt and die. Yes, water is important to plant as well because without it, plants will die. But take note, you have to give your plants just enough source of water because too much water may kill them, okay? Just enough source of water. Alright, now look at the picture. Plants take in water through their roots. Where are the roots there? Okay, these are the roots. And root hairs that grows from the roots help plants take in more water. These are the root hairs. Okay, the root hairs absorbs the water in the soil and it transports the water through the different part of the plants. Okay, next, let's take a look to this photo. Let's compare plant A to plant B. What can you observe? Okay, the plant in plant A looks so healthy, right? That's because plant in plant A receives just enough source of water, whereas plant in plant B has wilted because it doesn't receive enough source of water. That's what will happen if you don't give your plants enough source of water, okay? Again, just give them enough source of water because too much water might kill them. Okay, now let's talk about nutrients. Nutrients help plants grow well. Plants take in nutrients from the soil. Now we have here fertilizer. Fertilizer contains nutrients which help in plant growth. Fertilizer is an example of nutrients, okay? And fertilizer has two types. These are the organic fertilizer and inorganic fertilizer. Now let's talk about organic fertilizer. Organic fertilizer are naturally nutrients. They possess strictly comprised of plants or animal-based materials. Cow manure, decaying leaves, and food compost are all forms of organic fertilizer. Okay, if it comes from plants and animals, this means that fertilizer is an organic fertilizer, okay? Some example of organic fertilizer are cow manure. We can consider the pig's manure, the rabbit manure, and the chicken manure as well as an example of this fertilizer. Decaying leaves and food compost are also an example of this fertilizer. Now let's take a look of this photo. Animals manure, compost, those are examples of organic fertilizer as I said a while ago. Manure means these are the poop of the animals, okay? The poop of the animals, when it gets dried, we might use it as an organic fertilizer. Now let's talk about inorganic fertilizer. When we say inorganic fertilizer, these are man-made fertilizers. These fertilizers are processed and produced in a factory, okay? What's the difference? Organic comes from plant and animals, whereas inorganic are processed and produced in a factory and it is man-made. What are some examples of inorganic fertilizer we have here? Ammonium nitrate and ammonium phosphate. Remember, when it comes from or it is produced from a factory, it's inorganic fertilizer, okay? Next, plants also need air. Plants need to breathe for the same reason people and animals must breathe. Just like us, plants also need air. Okay. Now, plants take in carbon dioxide and plant releases oxygen. Whereas we humans, we releases carbon dioxide and we take in oxygen. Now, did you know that plants is the lungs of the earth? Why? Because plants give us the oxygen we breathe. Okay? Now it's review time. What are the 4 plants need in order to live and grow? Can you still remember? Alright, we have here light, next water, next nutrients, and of course air. Don't ever forget those, okay? Alright, now for your vocabulary words, we have here wilt, which means to become weak and bend over. Next, fertilizer, which means substances added to soil to help plant grow. Next, surroundings, everything in a place that a person or things is in. Next, pigment, a natural substance that gives a plant or animal its color. Okay, those are your vocabulary words for today. Now, are you ready to answer your class book? Before that, I want you to get your Inside Out class book 2 and open it on page 17. Ready? Okay. It says here we must fill in the blanks with the correct words. You have to choose your answer from the box below. We have here look healthy, water, have wilted, and light. Let's answer letter A. The plants in pot A, blank. Now you have to look at this picture. Okay, where is pot A? This is pot A. The plants in pot A, what do you think is the answer? Does it look healthy or have wilted? The answer is look healthy, right? Look healthy on letter A. Okay, they receive blank and blank. Look at the picture. Plant A has sunlight and water, right? That's why the answer here is they receive water and light. Okay. Next, let's proceed to letter B. The plants in pot B, look at the pot B. This one is the pot B. What can you observe? Look healthy or have wilted? Okay, the answer here is have wilted. Right? Have wilted. Next, they receive blank but not blank. Look at the picture. What do you think is the answer? They receive, what's this? They receive light. The answer here is light, but not blank. What's missing there? The answer is water. Good job. Alright, now let's proceed to letter C. The plants in pot C, look at pot C, this is the pot C, have wilted or look healthy. What do you think is the answer? The answer is have wilted. Right, have wilted on the blank. Okay. Next, they receive blank but not blank. What do you think is the answer? The answer is they receive, what's this? This is a water, right? Water, but not blank. What's missing there? The answer is light. Okay. Alright. Now let's proceed to letter D. What can you conclude from this activity? Plants need blank and blank to stay alive. What's the answer? Plants need water and light to stay alive. Okay, I hope you all got the answer right. Now let's proceed to the next one. It says here that fill in the blanks with the correct words. Okay, let's answer number 1. A plant does not make food in night as there is no... What is the answer? The answer is light. Plant cannot make their food during the night because there is no light. Okay? Next, in some farms, plants are grown in water where blank are added for healthy growth. What do you think is the answer? The answer here is fertilizer, right? Fertilizer. Okay, and the last one is when a plant looks limp and bent over, it is usually because it does not have enough. What do you think is the answer? The answer here is water, right? Water on the blank. All right. Now, I hope you get it all right. That's all for today. I hope to see you all soon. Bye-bye.